Hey everybody, this is Moe Arnaiz, co-founder and CEO with Weeldi. I'm super excited today to share with you something we've been working on for quite some time, which is the new Weeldi AI functionality. Now, we've been paying very close attention to AI since we founded Weeldi back in 2019. And as you all very well know, there's been a lot of improvements and enhancements in AI over the last few years, and we've kept our finger on that pulse. And we've really been trying to figure out how we can leverage the power in a way that adds value to our customers and have been very careful to not add AI before that's obvious. And as I mentioned in a video I did in July talking about our AI strategy, I talked about the first place that we were building to implement that was in the ability to build and manage templates or automations in our platform. And that's exactly what I'm going to do today is take you through how that works. And it's very simple. What we've designed here is by basically using natural language, we can just explain to Wildy what we're looking to do on a website and automatically code a template based off of that language. And I'll show you how that works here today. So first thing I'm going to do, and we're making this a raw, non-polished AI fancy demo. So you can see kind of as we go through here live exactly how things work. I'm pasting in the instructions. So we're going to, just like I would explain to somebody sitting next to me, I'm going to log in, click on settings, click on billing history, open the most recent invoice, and then print the invoice. There's not a download option on this website, so we have to print invoice. But basically, Wildy's going to automatically code using Wildy's low code syntax exactly what's required in the template, the steps to be able to execute this, and then we can publish it and run it in production. So let me go ahead and enter in my password here for my credentials, and we'll click submit. And Wildy's automatically going to grab a lane in our production environment. So with Wildy, you are always building in the same environment where you run your automations, which is super important because the whole premise of why we're building the automation is to run it at scale in the cloud. So we want to make sure we're building in the same environment we're running so that when we finish this, everything works and we don't have to go back and troubleshoot differences between the two environments. I'm going to enter in my two-factor code here since I am going to be accessing a website here behind credentials. And you'll see my template steps here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Wildy automatically, AI automatically generate the low-code syntax. So I clicked Have AI generate, and it automatically generated the login step. So then I can go ahead and just execute this step, and it recognized that was the low code syntax required for this particular step. And you'll see it's moved through to login. So next we need to get in. So let's see what AI says that we need to write in terms of code. And it should automatically generate the next steps, which it did. And I'll go ahead and execute those commands. Each line of code is automatically being inputted here below. So you can see those lines of code are being written automatically. And the reason why we don't just say, AI, just go figure this out end to end is AI is still really, these LLMs are not truly agentic. And you want to be able to micromanage each step to make sure what the AI is doing is exactly what you expected it to do, and then confirm that and move forward. The other disadvantage of having to bounce around the website and trying to figure things out is one of the big value propositions of Wildy is that we help our customers automate at scale on websites that they typically would be getting blocked on or not be able to access if they weren't using our engine. And because of that, we want to make sure we're approaching these websites very delicately. So we don't want to be bouncing around looking like a bot and tainting our infrastructure. We want to keep that pristine so that we can basically build that trust and make sure that we can continue to automate at scale on these websites. So that's some additional context of why we're going line by line here. Same thing when we fix a template, when something breaks, we will go back to that specific step, ask the LLM how to fix that specific step, and then stop talking to the LLM. We are not going to talk to the LLM every time an automation runs, only to build our instructions so that we can then leverage those and run them at scale until something breaks. Then we come back to the LLM, ask it for its input on fixing it, publish that, and then run it again, which makes for a much smoother, reliable web automation experience when you're utilizing AI to automate on the web. So let's go ahead and write the next command here. Okay, so it's going to click on login, execute the command. And I'll try to speed this up a little bit just for time, but we are at the mercy of the communication back with the AI to write the code. So here we have a pop-up. We didn't expect to pop up in our instructions, but this is one of the big advantages of using AI is AI can automatically solve for something like this. So let's have AI create a command and see if it does. So it's generating the command here. And it recognized that it needs to click OK automatically and close this. So that's awesome. It automatically picked up the pop-up and accounted for it. Now we're going to go ahead and have it generate the next command. And again, all these are just piling up down here. We can go back and play to a specific one. We can delete one if we add one that we don't need. And here is a great example of classic AI hallucination. So it clicked on request chat. Well, we don't want to click on request chat. We're trying to get into settings, right? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to add additional detail to help coach the AI into exactly what we want, even though we told it here that we wanted it to go to settings. So we'll just say click on settings, just regular natural language. Let's have it try again. And this is very common when you're dealing with AI, and also the reason why you want to use AI to augment the way you build and then publish, but not use AI every time something runs. So you see here, it recognized we need to click on settings. Let's go ahead and execute the command. Now we're going to go ahead and have it create its next command, which should be going into billing history. Click on billing history. That looks right. Let's execute the command, and you'll see here to the left, it should click on billing history. Yep, and it brings up all of our invoices here, and we want it to open the most recent invoice. So let's see if it's smart enough to pick that up. Yep, and it does pick up exactly where it needs to click, and we'll execute that command. And you see here we have our invoice, so we can go ahead and print the invoice if we want. Should automatically create a command to be able to print, which will then download it into Weeldi. So click to print, and we can execute the command. And this will execute the command to print the invoice. So what we've done here is we've basically built or coded a template to go ahead and log into this account and download this invoice without having to understand the Weeldi low-code syntax, understand coding, and just as well, if there's going to be an additional step added to this or a step breaks, we can then go back to the AI at that point, ask it for assistance on that step, only have it help us with that step, keep the other steps together, fix that step, and then proceed. And this is what we see as the vision for the best way for us to be utilizing AI to help our customers improve the way they build and manage templates. And again, as the LLMs become more agentic, you'll have the ability to turn on auto remediation across the entire step. So just self-healing, or to self-heal specific steps. Perhaps you want it to self-heal more benign steps, but things like submit payment or submit order, you always want to have a human in the loop on. That's our demo. I know it's a little bit longer than short, but I appreciate everybody's time. Weeldi customers are going to see this towards the end of December on their instances, and we're going to be continuing to enhance it as we move forward. Super excited about it, and we think this is the future of web automation. Thanks, everybody, for your time.